The past 2 weeks have been exhausting and stressful for all of us villagers. From dawn till late at night, we've had to take turns guarding the fields because the threat keeps getting worse. Wild boars are swarming in and devastating our crops. Faced with this situation, we made a critical decision to form a specialized hunting team tasked with patrolling, tracking, and directly dealing with the boars. Never before have wild boar populations surged to such alarming levels. In just the past few months, states across the US, Australia, and even Spain have reported a wave of crop destruction and attacks on livestock caused by these animals. With this explosion in numbers, hunters are being called into action more urgently than ever. Right now, join us as we head into these hot zones to begin tracking. Our first destination on today's hunt was a vast field where thick bushes made for the perfect hideout for wild boars. But it wasn't entirely safe for them because we arrived with a pack of agile hunting dogs. The dogs circled around continuously, and within minutes, they caught the scent of a target. My companion and I moved quickly toward the sound, guns in hand, ready for anything. Suddenly, a wild boar burst out of the bushes. Without hesitation, I fired immediately. Though it tried to escape, the critical shot brought it down. It collapsed, unable to stand. Our team began the ascent as planned. On sunny days like this, boars are more likely to come out and bask for warmth or forage for food. And for us, that's the golden opportunity. Each member swept the terrain from their assignments. From afar, we heard the unmistakable barking of our hounds. Boars were near. I raised my rifle, finger ready on the trigger. Bullseye. Taking down in this remote mountain wilderness is a feeling that words cannot express. According to reports, wild boars often leave the deep forest during the winter in search of food, leading to significant crop destruction. In fact, a study by the Food and Agriculture Organization found that boar activity increases by up to 30% during this season. That's why, despite the bitter cold, we continue our hunts regularly to help control their rising numbers. Used to be part of the untamed wilderness, but in recent years, they've bred at an alarming rate and quickly become a nightmare for the people of Colorado. From the forest edges, they've started appearing in large numbers across the fields, devastating crops, and causing increasingly severe damage. Faced with this reality, hunting is no longer just a sport. It has become a mission to protect the land, the crops, and the livelihoods of local people. The early success lifted our spirits, but to encounter more targets, we had to redirect toward the hilly area behind the field, where the rugged terrain showed heavy signs of wild boar activity. As soon as we arrived, I chose a high, open vantage point for However, with sparse trees and fewer hiding spots, we hunters had to be extremely cautious and absolutely silent. Wild boars are incredibly alert. If we didn't stay well hidden, they could easily detect our presence and flee immediately. I spotted another boar. After about an hour, we decided to move into a lower, flatter area to improve our chances of spotting targets from afar. The pack of hunting dogs now truly showed their value. With fewer obstacles in the terrain, they easily picked up scents and chased down prey. Sensing danger revolted. I didn't miss a beat. I raised my rifle and fired. The shot struck home, and the boar staggered, trying to flee. The hunt grew more intense as more boars were spotted. Still, not every encounter ended in success. The wild boars in this region are cunning and extremely loyal. Wild boars usually charged out from the edge of a bush, only about 5 meters from my ambush spot. The situation was sudden and intense. I immediately raised my rifle and fired. A clean shot. The boar was hit, crashed into the dirt, and dust exploded into the air. Through the cloud, the boar lay motionless. The whole moment lasted only a few seconds, but it felt as tense as a confrontation with a fierce predator. couldn't let any boars escape. We immediately gave chase. The sound of barking hounds echoed around us, keeping us on edge. After a long and exhausting morning, the group had achieved solid results. But with such a dense wild boar population in this area, it's clear we'll be returning for more cleanup hunts soon. Even surpassed 200 kilograms, armed with razor-sharp tusks, deadly weapons when they strike back. This danger turns every hunt into a high-stakes challenge. And today, I head out once more, ready to face off in the wild mountain forests. The mountain in Buznica, about 8 kilometers from Enoch's home, was chosen as the first ideal hunting location. Upon arrival, everyone quickly returned to their assigned positions. I carefully checked all my equipment and patiently waited for the sign. I immediately signaled the team to stop and cautiously raise my rifle. Shoot! Now, the other shouted, "I'll fire." With one clean, clear shot, the bullet struck directly and the boar dropped instantly. My God, I never imagined I could pull off such a perfect shot. To avoid alerting the boars, we had to position ourselves downwind. But the scorching heat of the mountains drenched everyone in sweat, making the hunt more grueling and intense than ever. There's one. Enoch called out after spotting the boar. He quickly on the edge of the field. I raised my gun. Pulled the trigger. After a few gunshots, the boar was hit and collapsed on the spot. Today's hunt was carefully planned, from weapons and ammunition to the hunting dogs. We began moving into an area frequently visited by wild boars, our heartbeats taut like drawn strings. Ahead of us lay a freshly harvested field, completely open and expansive, an ideal feeding ground for wild boars, but also perfect for an ambush. With nothing to obstruct the view, the first target soon. A lone boar trotted on. It didn't take long before the next target appeared. It dashed down a slope, trying to escape into a dense thicket below. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle, timed my shot, and squeezed the trigger. A volley of shots rang out. The boar was hit and rolled downhill. Time was running out for the day, so we made every minute count. Staying calm, I stepped back to maintain a safe distance, then raised my rifle and fired. A precise shot, the boar dropped instantly. The shot ripped through the air, and the boar dropped to the ground almost instantly. After hours of non-stop pursuit, we were worn out and began a descent down the mountain. But just as we were heading back, we suddenly came across another herd. They darted off like lightning, spotted another wild, charging uphill. We sprang into position and fired. The sharp crack of gunfire rang out, and just like that, a few more wild boars were back. From our elevated vantage point, we had a perfect view. A herd of wild boars was moving toward us, right within our sights. We weren't letting them get away. I locked onto a target, adjusting my aim as it moved, giving us no time to aim. We fired immediately. Even in failure, it was a valuable lesson. One that reminded us to stay sharp and keep honing up. Wild boars are multiplying. We'll need to be ready if we want to seize every opportunity. Oh.